up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of Java or espresso. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Tina Valentina is the host, you see. She's as classy as she can be. The co-host Greg has a lot to say. Well, he wouldn't have it any other way. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. I said rise and shine, get up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Another cup of Java or espresso. Another cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show.
Well, good afternoon, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Thursday. We are here at the beautiful studios at Strong Island TV. And it's sunny. It's a nice day. No rain. I'm feeling pretty good today. And I want to welcome my guests. I have some terrific guests. I have JoJo Amoroso, or Joanne. I don't know. What do you like, JoJo?
Joanna, yeah.
JoJo's kind of babyish,
JoJo.
so Joanne. But, you know, I like JoJo too. And we're going to be talking about your book, your company, all the great things you do, your survival, everything. And then I have Ray Tavares, my wheelchair pro, that I think a lot of you people are going to be shocked when you hear what this man is capable of. Right here on Long Island. I have a story how I met him and what I'm getting now because of this gentleman and how he helps seniors. And then my very dear old networking friend, Noreen Caro, from L&M Printing of NY Inc. 20 years I've known her.
Least, yeah.
Haven't seen her. She still looks the same. And then her husband, Larry Izzo, the Thrill of the Kill. He's in Florida, I heard, so he's not coming.
Well, he's doing a gig, so that's important.
And cooking with the comics. Mm-hmm. So what a day here
and his
podcast. His podcast. I was on his show. It's all about
the
bugs.
Thrill of the Kill.
Killing bugs and mice. And I had an infestation, I tell the truth, of mice a while ago. And so we bought everything in creation to get rid of them. And then we met Larry. So that goes to show you things happen for a reason. So welcome, all of you.
Thank
you.
you.
Great people here today. How do you like the studio?
I love it. It's great.
Best kept secret of Long Island.
Yes.
And there's a lot, like about 17 shows that go on here every day. And as you can see, everyone has their own little spot. And anyone that would like to do a podcast, a video, or anything like that, just get in touch with us. If you need me, I can connect you to Bobby. They have events on Friday and Saturday night, which are inexpensive. This is a karaoke thing. Everybody comes, they drink, they have a snack, they have a ball. It could be for kids, it could be for adults, it could be for seniors. It doesn't really matter. And it's a lot of fun, and it's a great networking spot as well. I'm only happy that I met Bobby for years. I've known him. I always watched it. And then we started to connect a little bit more. And he does tremendous work. So thank you, Bobby, as always. But I don't know if you know what today is. Every day is a day, a national day. Do you guys check that?
I think the last one was Donut Day, but I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Every day is a day.
Today is National Toast Day.
National Toast Day.
Oh, toast.
So when you go home, make some toast and put some avocado on it. A little red onion.
Oh, that kind of a toast.
I thought it was like the toast
No,
toast.
but you can do that. But you could also, which we're going to
That's the
Is-
toast.
There's the segue.
do for you guys being at this
Thank
great
you.
place. And I'll tell you, it is just a great place. And we always drink. But before you do the toast,
Oh boy.
we always eat too. And it was funny because when I started to get out there again, you know, on a date, I always said I want a sugar baby. So I keep sugar babies always around. So have a sugar baby, have a snack.
Okay, thank you.
All right, have a snack.
Thank you.
And it was a joke. And I used to, when I had my job, which I loved, I had a sign in my office that said sugar babies. And I have cookies if anybody wants cookies too. So today is a great day to have you guys back in the crowd. So let's start with this beautiful lady in pink,
My
Now
sugar
that you're
baby.
eating.
Joanne, and
Slow eater.
we met originally from Facebook, correct? Which is what I really meet a lot of my clients on Facebook, believe it or
You
not.
shared your whole thing.
Thank you.
We
So-
did. And then we ended up connecting at a really good
Breast
place,
cancer.
breast cancer cause, which
Right.
was nice. And finally got to meet you, and you actually got to hear me speak that day.
Yes, and I said I want to get to know you. And
Mm-hmm.
what it took about a month and a half, right?
Yeah.
Which wasn't really bad. Usually takes longer.
Yeah. And we
But
met.
you were very aggressive, and I'm aggressive. So, you know.
Women.
Well, that's just
Sorry,
it.
That's my Aries horns. Sorry.
You know what? Because I'm not saying anything bad about men, because I love men. But women, they do it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I don't know.
We have doing too many other things to be
Right,
able to, like,
we
you have to go on
let's
to
get
the
it done.
next.
Let's
yeah.
just do it and get it done.
You take forever.
We have to be aggressive.
So let's see. What the name of the book is Faith Over Fear,
So the
right?
name of the book
at this
is Faith
beautiful
Over
book.
Fear.
And it's how my mom's fear of breast cancer became my fight. Picture of her mom and herself. And is this your doll that you had when you were a little girl?
So the story behind that is my dad was an artist, and after my mom had passed away, I was rummaging through her stuff, and I remembered I had this picture somewhere. It was just my favorite picture of me. All I wanted for that Christmas morning was that Mrs. Beasley doll. You know, coming from 4 boys, I like the dolls. And I remember I was just so, you could see my face in that picture. I was so happy. And I found it, and I came out of the room, and I was crying. My dad's like, sweetheart, what's wrong? And I'm like, I found the favorite picture. The next following Christmas, he painted that. It's a very big oil painting. of my
Beautiful.
mother.
Oh, wow.
So I
It's beautiful. I can
decided
see
to
it, yeah.
make it, you know,
I love the
special
finish.
side of the book.
I love the photo.
Yeah.
Can we show that photo again? We have a beautiful photo of her in this gorgeous pink dress. Passionate about helping women find their voices. She's a health coach. She teaches special ed. She mentors women with breast cancer. I mean, she does it all. But I love, who is Joya Bruno? Who is your forward?
Joya Bruno is from the band Expose from the 90s. I'm sure you'll remember that band,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
She is a friend of my brother's, and we had connected before I even wrote the book because she just battled breast cancer. She went through a really, really rough time, and she asked me if I would mentor her. And, you know, when it came to having a forward, I couldn't think of anybody else to
Yeah,
put as
it's
a forward.
funny how your forwards wind up to be someone very special. My forward in my book is Wendy the Snapple Lady. Do you remember her?
Well, Snapple started in Valley Stream.
Right.
Yes,
Well,
it did.
and do you know how I met her? Because I lost my job 20 years ago, and everyone said, you look like her. So I called her up,
Oh, that's funny.
and that's how we became friends.
That's funny.
And I used to do traveling in Manhattan on the truck down Fifth Avenue, do the Snapple. We went to the Snapple conference, and I became her lookalike.
Oh, that's great.
And we
funny.
are still friends today.
wow.
Wow.
So she wrote my forward in my book. And she now lives in Vegas. She just moved. But another great lady, she's been on my show quite a bit, has a story, writing a book too. So getting back to Joya, wrote your forward. But the first page of the book is very intriguing. As I sit here at the cemetery on Mother's Day, it's been 7 years since my beautiful mother lost her battle. I like that first line. So you obviously have some health issues, had some health issues, because I haven't read the book yet.
So the history is my grandmother, my aunt, and my mom all had breast cancer. My grandmother was a 2-time survivor and succumbed to it the 3rd time, which was 22 years later after the 2nd battle. So she really was, my grandmother was a fighter. She didn't let anything take her down. And after the 2nd round of breast cancer, she removed the 2nd breast. She remained flat. She was not a vain person. She could care less. And she said, I just want to live. She went the holistic route. She didn't do the conventional, method of chemo and
Oh, she
radiation.
didn't?
The second time she did not, because she got so sick the first time. And she said, her words were, if God wants me to live, I'll live. And she did. She lived for 22 years and,
That's terrific.
always with a smile on her face. She was truly my hero from what I remember
Well,
from her
sure.
when I was little. Then my aunt, my mom's sister, came down with breast cancer. She is, a survivor. She's healthy, and it's years and years later. My mom grew a very big fear of breast cancer. Her mother, her sister, her sister-in-law, her friends, she lost many best friends to breast cancer, and she just would not go to a doctor. She refused to get checked.
Yeah, I could relate to that a little
Yeah,
bit.
I went under a doctor's care, and I tried to be proactive with her and take her with me, and she just was not having it. And long story short, we knew something was wrong with her the summer that she passed away in 2013. We just couldn't figure it out. We found out on a Monday that my mother had breast cancer, and we lost her on Thursday.
Oh my,
my God.
goodness. No.
So the fear was real.
How
The
old
fear
was
was
she?
real. She was 73, a young 73.
Was she
And-
hiding? She was hiding.
She hid it from everybody. Even my dad, they were married 50 years. He did not even know. So, the way that the book came about is I went through what I went through because I said, I'm not having it. It's not coming to me. I'm going to stop it. Like, I cut it out right here and it's done. And the doctors that I was under their care said, it's just a matter of time. It's not if it's, when you get
It's
it.
going to happen. But
It's gonna
you
happen.
didn't have it happen and then have it done, or you just had them taken off
Excuse me.
before?
I did. So
Did you check to see if you had the breast?
we were BRCA negative. Insurance company kept saying, we're not going to approve a surgery. History is not strong enough. Meanwhile, I had 3 maternal.
Oh my God.
So I'm not sure what they were looking at. And we fast forward 2 years of fighting insurance companies. I found a small nodule. My lymph node popped out under my armpit, and I was just frozen in fear. It was like 3 a.m. when I discovered it, and I just kept sitting there all night saying, it got me. It's here. It got me. It's here. But thank God it didn't. I beat it. I did not have, I had atypical cells, so I caught it before.
Thank God.
But because I was proactive.
But you took the double mastectomy
I
just
had
to
a
be
full
careful?
prophylactic double mastectomy with reconstructive surgery, expanders to implants. It was a
year?
really long journey.
I was going to say
over a
about
year.
2 years. My sister went through that, so.
Well over a year. I had the best doctors on Long Island. They
Who
were in
was
my
that?
book. Dr. Alan Caddison from Northwell and Dr. Neil Tanner. 2 incredible doctors. And, that book came about because after I went through my journey, I was just harboring on the fact that my mom could have avoided this by just
Yeah.
getting checked.
But she was old school. She didn't
She
want
was old school, and I sat down to journal, and it was pouring out of me. And before I knew it, I was writing chapters.
Well, when it's real, that's when you write.
Yes.
And then you put it away. Because if I had to rewrite my book, both books right now,
Couldn't do it.
and when I wrote more was when I was ticked off with my husband or something, where I would go in the room and say, "Screw it, I'm doing
Well,
it."
that's journaling. That's
Right.
getting it out. Exactly.
So I can relate to that.
Yes, it was the best thing that ever happened. It is helping women. Women who purchase the book, they will contact me and say they've read it in one day. They couldn't even put it down. I have a history of endometriosis, so which was my grandmother and my aunt. I just show you how I genetically followed their footprints, literally from the same mold.
But it wasn't enough for insurance.
No, we did do genetic testing. It even showed them that they discovered that I have Lynch syndrome. I am predisposed to it.
Which is what?
It is primarily colon cancer gene, but it's related to breast cancer, breast, lung. There's a whole bunch of cancers. So I have a variant of it, and he said, this is what's responsible for your breast cancer in your family. and they still wouldn't approve the surgery. It wasn't until my
Wow.
lymph node popped out, and they were like, "Oh, okay, then we'll approve it."
So now, how long is it since you rang the bell? That thing they say you rang.
Oh, I didn't-
Whatever
I-
that is,
you
is
know-
the bell ringing.
We just realized.
We ring a lot of bells, right?
Yeah.
I'm a pre-viver. We'll ring this bell. Here we go.
You can ring my bell.
Do one for me. Ray, thank you.
Gotcha.
Ring my bell.
I'm a pre-viver. I don't consider
What does
myself
that
a
mean?
somebody who took the preventative measures to
Pre-viver.
avoid
Like
breast
that.
cancer.
That is good.
Right.
Yes,
Anything, a pre-
and I just represented recently American Cancer Society, and I said to them, "You need to get a sash that says pre-vivers because it's becoming more and more common now. You have women out there finding out they have a genetic, mutation, and they decide to do the preventative measures. So they're becoming more and more.
So why don't you make that pre-viver
I
sash?
will. I'm gonna
And
have
you'll
to.
I
sell
know
it.
a printer for you.
Not only that, honey, you could sell it to all the breast cancer companies and make a few bucks.
Yes,
I make a
it
statement.
needs to happen.
Definitely.
Yeah,
we're
because
behind you.
this is what it's all about: being an advocate for yourself. Get out there. Don't be afraid. Here's the question: is what you have to be prepared when you get the answer whether or not you have a positive mutation for breast cancer. So if you're going to find out about it, and you're going to be faced with that decision, you have to be prepared. I was prepared. I already made my decision up. I knew what I was going to do to avoid it.
Now, as far as your family, you have children? Older
I have
children?
two boys.
They're older? Okay. And obviously they were there with you through it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was tough. It wasn't easy. It was
I know because my family went through a lot with my baby sister.
yeah.
And her children had to grow up at 16 and 15.
Yeah, but as women, we're strong and we tend
Yes.
to hide a lot and always put the smile on and cry when you're alone.
And
that's
also
the way
there's
it
that
goes.
leap of having to deal with the loss of your mom, which happened.
Yes, that was
And
the
my
hard
niece
part.
calls, believe it or not, her name is Alyssa. She's a coach and she helps people that lose moms. She just had a baby, and she calls herself the motherless mom.
Oh.
But she's coaching people as the motherless mom because her and her mom were so close. And she's my godchild. But some of the times when I see her up there doing these, I'm like, what are you doing? But you know what? She's loving it.
Right.
Right.
So it's a good thing.
You got to do what you love to.
Exactly.
She can relate to it. It's
Yes.
It's
So, and she walks that baby every morning, and she's doing all this talking, and I'm very proud of her. And my sister Maria, who's in my book, and who was also one of the original founders of the Breakfast Club, was a very big part of the unit, And we used to give her, when she was going through the cancer, jobs to do, and she had a lot of wigs because of all the stuff.
Yeah.
So she would make up these funny things, and we'd, have an event, and she'd stuff like a stuffed thing full of lottery tickets and wigs and jewelry and high heels and big boobs. And we would sell that, and we'd make money fundraising.
Right.
So, and then she would make sometimes the temp. We'd, buy the temp. The temp was, nobody could get a job.
Oh.
Because the
okay.
Breakfast Club originally was about women who couldn't get land jobs. Now
Right.
it's about everything. And she made this temp, and she was a hot number. And she'd put her on the table with the high heels and everything, and stuff it with lottery tickets. But that kept her going.
Yeah.
And all the other people that were going through loss of either job, husband, ex, whatever, went to work doing something. And their resumes were kept busy. And that's how we started. But now we're everything, so it's not just one thing. So I could relate to a lot of the breast cancer stuff.
Yeah.
And we used to go all the time to those big parties and all that.
Well, I mean, it's an epidemic on Long Island.
Yes.
It truly is.
Can I ask a question? Do you find through what you've gone through that there is more women on Long Island, in a larger cluster of women that get breast cancer or cancer than most places in the United States?
Yes. The statistics show.
Right.
We have the highest rate of breast cancer in all of the U.S.
Which is very scary.
Well, yes.
And Nassau
I've heard
County
It's in
is-
Nassau
yeah.
County because I think it's the overhead.
There's a lot of
Why
environmental factors, and
environmental?
then you put in the mix your genetic history. I was screwed. I knew I was screwed. I was like, yeah, this is not good.
But see, you're so good with it now. You have all your knowledge. I'm sure you talk to a lot of people all the time.
All the time, and I was only months after publishing my book, I was asked to speak in the UN.
Which
I
is
represented.
that is a
That's
great
great.
thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, I represented up in, the UN. It was,
was
had
the
a week
best
to
day of your
prepare
life,
for it.
wasn't it?
It was incredible. And yeah, they ran out of time and he's like, you pretty much can't use your speech. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I went in the corner and I was like, how do I do this without a speech? But when I got up there, I spoke
just
from
flowed.
the heart. You speak from the heart. And, I've represented, American Cancer Society, work with the Hewlett House with Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry Barish and I go way back 20 years too.
You go back with everybody.
Yeah.
With everybody
She's got
in Valley
history.
Street. I mean, in Long
Unbelievable.
Island.
She lives in Baldwin,
Right.
around the corner
Yeah.
from my sister. I remember the day Jerry got her award, the first award.
Many
Yes.
awards, right?
And I ran down the block and dropped flowers off, and I'm like, Jerry, and look at her now. She's still
yeah.
knee deep
It's-
in everything.
Well, you know what it is? It's
Keeps
so
it going. It's
important
important.
with women to know that there's all these resources out there for them. You'd be surprised when I do these events. I host a lot of my own little events.
Yes.
Women in their 50s still haven't had one mammo yet or a sano.
Yeah.
So
That just
I
is
say it
not
in a
right
harmless
now.
way, like ignorance is
Is
still
not good.
out there.
It's not bliss.
It's not bliss, and I want to know what it's taking you so long. The statistics are right in front of our faces.
Well, you're right
and-
about that.
And
Yeah.
insurance does cover one medical free a year, so you don't have to worry about the money.
And then
when it
let's talk
comes to
about
that.
men's breast cancer.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
sure.
All right, now what do you know about men's breast cancer, Mr. Man?
Right.
Okay, well, here's a perfect example. Smart man in the health industry, talks to seniors all the time.
Yes.
What do you know about breast cancer for men?
I don't know
Nothing.
anything about it.
What do you know about what you should be doing?
Going to the doctor.
Right. What about feeling
Because-
yourself up or whatever they do?
I think they're okay.
Soapy hands in the shower. That's what we call it.
What do you do? Tell them what you
soapy
do.
hands in the shower.
I've had
It's the
two-
truth.
So you
two
take the
friends that
soap.
died, men
What do you
that
do?
died from breast
Show,
Yes.
show us what you do.
Well, I mean, we're gonna keep this clean on here.
No, we laugh. He'll do it.
It's
He's
just
got
soapy hands in the shower, and you
And
get to
that's
know
it.
your own
Okay.
body, so that if something then
feels.
feels different at one point, I mean, to be personal, I found my own because no matter how many mammos and sanos I have what they call dense breasts. So they make it equivalent to saying it's like finding a snowball in a snowstorm. So no
Really?
matter how many images I had, they couldn't see things, and I had found my own tiny nodule.
Wow.
Which so you have to know.
So
your
we
own
know
body.
what he's doing tonight.
Soapy hands in the shower.
There you go. Okay? I want to report tomorrow.
Okay.
This is great. Now, I also know that you're doing a pickleball event. I think we have a flyer
Yes,
of it.
we are doing the pickleball event at Long Beach Tennis. The women there have been so supportive. I got to know a lot of the women there and the men. And
Always the men.
yeah, and as soon
Gotta
as
meet the men.
I mentioned, well, yes, the men have to check themselves too. As soon as I mentioned that I had written a book, they suggested that we do this pickleball for a cause.
So when is it?
It is Friday, March 15th, 6 to 8. Everybody will get a free t-shirt. We got some pink heart glasses, and
Cute.
we'll have some refreshments. It's for all levels. We'll have one of the coaches is donating her time. So for all the newbies can come and she'll teach them what to do.
Very
it's the
nice.
hottest craze. It's not going to be my last one.
Well,
It's
pickleball
just the
is
first of
huge
many.
now.
It's big.
I
Oh,
know
yeah.
a gentleman, Frank Malillo, who is the head of the Long Island Pickleball Club.
Well, we'll have to get his
Yeah,
number.
so I will send you his number for sure.
Yes.
You
I'm
know,
trying to
you
get
would
it
do
down in
something.
Florida. I have a couple of people down there. Like maybe they'll do one.
So big.
It's
in
a great
Florida.
way to, we're charging $40. It comes
come?
with the 2 hours. Again, you get your t-shirt, your glasses, do all the refreshments, raffles.
And do you
maybe
play
some music.
pickleball or no?
Play pickleball, 2 hours.
Yeah, well, I won't be playing.
2 hours
I'll
of
just be
pickleball.
watching.
You can watch
It's
it.
fine. You don't.
No,
you
but
don't
you gotta
have
be able to
just
move.
stretch.
Okay, stretching.
You,
nothing.
well, a lot of injuries happen
Yes,
with pickleball
yeah,
because
they go back.
if you're not in decent shape,
Right, I
I mean,
couldn't do it.
listen, I mean, I pulled my hamstring and
And they should have a doctor on that night.
yeah.
Because I've heard there's a new disease from pickleball now. You know,
What?
like you get, no, not a disease, but
Jeez.
Like what?
you get sick from the way you move on pickleball.
Oh,
It's pickleball toe.
Something like that. Yeah, I've heard of that. So, it's not bad.
Yeah, so it's
I'm
gonna
having
be a
one of
great
those
event.
hair days. I don't know. You guys should have told me.
It's
I think
windy.
it looks great.
I think it's a little too full. I don't know.
No, you're
Well, it's
fine.
windy
I don't
out.
know,
It's
a little
windy.
too full.
I don't wanna
My
laugh.
girlfriend would tell me, "Why'd you wear the scarf?" Because sometimes I wear a
I
lot.
do have to do
I
this,
like
though. Do you
scarf.
mind if I do this?
No.
we know
Oh,
who
because
you
I
are.
was
Is that
just
okay?
somewhere. Where the hell was I?
I saw
I just
Jesse
came,
Flores like
oh,
maybe
here we go. I just came from the Chamber of Commerce in Massapequa. I forgot to take it off.
There
I
you
thought
go,
maybe
you
you
are.
wear it on the show. I was like,
No.
all right.
It was Valentina.
No. Anybody want more sugar babies? Anybody?
No.
I'm good, thank
No
you.
more goodies. So now, do you need this now and then
Yeah,
with all that
it's hot in
talk?
here.
The talk, it's good.
So how do people reach you? And then we're going to come back to you. How do they buy the book?
Oh, for me, for the book, it's on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. You can go to, on my flyer there has my little QR code now.
Right.
It brings you directly to my
So
Instagram.
all you do is take your phone and you put it on your little thing here, and it tells you how to buy
scan the
it.
code
Right.
and it goes, yes. But it is available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
And do you agree with me that you don't write the book to sell the book? You write the book to
you
change
don't
your
write
life.
the book to make money.
Right.
Nobody wrote a book to make money. Quite
write
it's
it
what
to-
you do with it
In
and
the
the
future.
story. Yes.
Right.
And,
And everybody should write a book someday
everybody should write a book.
because it
Yeah.
changes your life.
I never knew I was capable of that.
And then once that part changes, something else changes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what happened to me.
True.
And grow. And it's just unbelievable.
Ray's gonna write the next book
Oh,
for
boy.
men how to
Yes.
check themselves in the shower.
There you go,
See,
Ray.
Ray, this is your new
You
career
got
now.
a job.
I know.
What is your wife was going to say about your girlfriend going to say about this?
I don't know.
What's her name again? I forgot her name.
Margaret.
Margaret is beautiful. She's a blonde, gorgeous woman. She's a very, very sweet lady too. I follow him on Facebook. I mean, I don't do it for any.
everyone.
I don't do it for any bad
We
reasons.
go out to dinner and she takes the pictures of the food. I'm like,
No, but you have a nice lifestyle. It's nice.
Thanks.
And his grandchildren are gorgeous.
yes.
So, how did I meet you? How did I meet you? Here we go.
On Facebook.
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 All right, I have disability, but I'm proud of it because I'm getting around.
It's a good ability.
Yeah, and I do all right. I mean, I have my days, let's face it. I do help a lot of seniors, and I do help people that have disabilities sometimes. But I have a chair, and my chair breaks a lot. And it's funny how your mother follows you, because my mother had a chair, and my mother got stuck in her chair a few times. So a few weeks ago, I had a flood in my house, which you all know. And I just finally came home, December 31st, and the chair wasn't working. So I called. I looked up on Facebook, and I met this man,
Wheelchair
And-
Pro.
Wheelchair Pro.
Is that what you're on Facebook? Your business is Wheelchair
Yes. It's on
But you
Wheelchair
didn't, it
Pro.
wasn't a wheelchair that you had.
No,
No,
she had
I
a
had
lift
a
chair.
regular- chair.
Oh, a lift chair. Okay.
The chair that, makes it go up
Right,
and
right,
down.
right.
So
And
I'll let
recline.
you talk about what happened. So first time you came, first I said, well, where are you? Because I can't deal with this. Well, where are you? You end up being 3 minutes away.
From Valley Stream.
By the
Not
way,
too
we're
far.
all
That's
Valley
funny.
Stream people, right? That we
Yes.
So funny.
So Wheelchair Pro Inc. He's on Facebook.
Yes.
He's a lovely, lovely man. Comes and he looks at the chair. He goes, oh, you got a problem. So what do?
I checked it out,
Took it apart,
took it apart, fixed it,
and then he left. 3 weeks later,
came
I
back.
got sick with RSV. And I got sick and I couldn't get out of the chair. And I pushed myself and I couldn't get out. And I'm like, oh, God, now what?
Scary.
I got scared. And so I called Ray again.
Yes.
So he came
and
back.
the
He's been
bracket
to my
was-
house 3 times already.
Yes, and the bracket was broken, and I told her she needed a new chair, and I called Golden, which makes the lift chairs, and they're sending me a whole new chair.
I'm getting a new chair.
New chair, and she's happy she's getting a new chair.
And so he goes,
Win-win.
yeah, so he says, I don't know what color. I said, well, that's all right. I can always get a throne. But I'm getting a brand new chair and it's 4 years old.
Yes.
Wow.
Now,
There you
this
go.
man makes shit happen in plain English. So now I have a walker that doesn't work.
And
So
I gotta fix that
He's
next.
fixing
Do you
that.
fix refrigerators?
So then
I figured
I
I'd
said to
ask. I know someone needs a
I said to
refrigerator
him,
fixed.
do you have, are you handy? I bring him in the bedroom because I
Yes.
have a closet that's falling apart. So he said, I could fix that. So
How
he's,
long did you stay?
he was there for
was
quite
there
a
for a while.
while.
The list.
And then she gave me a whole list.
She went down the whole list,
I
exactly.
need this, I need this, and I need this done.
So he comes back with something. It's in my closet. What did you bring? Something for the closet?
Some bracket to hold your closet so
Right.
it doesn't move.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
it
he
moves
hasn't
back
done
and
that
forth.
part yet. In the meantime,
Well,
you know,
I need the drill.
yeah, he's honest. And imagine, I live in a senior citizen dwelling. he's going to be busy.
Busy.
There you go.
Because all you need to do is
True.
get one person and get him on
All
the
word
list.
of mouth.
And I told him he's got to go to every assisted living from here to Suffolk
Yes.
County. People
That's smart.
need him.
Yeah, they do. It's true.
Medicare's not paying for a lot of stuff these days.
Right.
So, and some people, they don't know where to go.
Exactly.
To fix their hospital beds, their wheelchair, their scooter. They don't know where to go.
Right.
So,
So this is his first try at PR.
Good.
yes.
So now I asked him, I'm going to tease him now, because I asked him to bring me a bio. All right, where is it, honey?
I'm the bio.
Yeah, the bio is like this big.
You had it.
Yeah, I can't even read it. So the Breakfast Club's going to make him a bio. He came very nicely dressed, so he just needs to take his photo. And we're going to promote him.
Yes.
And we've been promoting him for what, 2 weeks almost?
Yes.
Since
yes.
the day he came over. And he loves my boyfriend.
Yes.
He likes
Oh,
my
he's
boyfriend,
great.
and my boyfriend likes him.
He's great.
So this is what we do.
Yeah.
And this is what he does. And just think of how many people need
lot
this
of
man.
people.
You know, you walk with that walker,
Never
you,
think about it.
They don't know
you
where
can't
to go.
figure it out. I know myself. I'm looking in the bottom now with Walker. I got all this stuff in the bottom. I'm like, how come it doesn't come up? Why isn't it working? He'll do it in 2 minutes.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he doesn't charge a lot of money because he's
No.
a good guy to the seniors.
That's good.
You should go talk at all the senior centers and say, bring your
I should.
real. I'm
should
giving
drop your
you
cards
free
and-
advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm going to write the book.
Yes.
It's-
And then you
write
can
it
write.
Right after you.
And you know what? For
Book's
me,
coming.
I wrote a story in my book. There's a lot of stories of every woman I met or man doing this work. And most of the stories are true, including the prostitute in chapter 4. Okay? Because she was a good woman. She just fell down, trodden. And yet she changed her life. But again, it's a funny story,
Yes.
but she's okay now. So that's what life's about, isn't it?
Yes.
So what did you do before this? Because, you know, this is a great retirement job.
Yes, I've been doing this for 30 years.
30 years.
Yes.
Doesn't sound like a retirement job.
Wow. That's a
started-
career.
Yes,
Yeah.
I started young and learned how to fix wheelchairs and how to fix lift chairs. I like to use my hands. I like to repair things. And I just help everybody fixing their rollators, their lift chair, their
What's a
wheelchair.
rollator?
What do you have? What you want me to look at? Those thing that walker with the wheels?
Oh,
you
yeah.
sit
I
down.
call it a walker.
That's the,
I
the
guess,
rollators because you can
I
sit
guess
on.
it's a fancy way of
The
calling it.
wheelchairs, the scooters, lift chairs.
What
hos-
about those things that the people knee on? They ride
Knee
on.
walkers.
You do that too?
Yes, knee walkers, hospital beds, Hoyer lifts, anything
need
that's
'em.
medical, I try and fix it.
You should go to the orthopedist office once a week. Bring a box of Dunkin' Donuts.
The owners
For
of
the
the
girls.
over 50s units, you know, just to give the card
That's
out
what
to
you call
everybody.
marketing in your pocket.
That's it.
Well, now you got
I think you
the
need her.
Breakfast Club.
Well, I have my van. My van has
Yeah, I know.
Wheelchair Pro on it, and that's like the #1 advertisement for
Now
me.
you need a music video
Yes.
on it. Like, you know when the man used to come and they used to cut your knife, sharpen your knives?
Yes.
See, that's the stuff that sells.
Right.
Wacky.
You know, there's a man that drives around Long Island, blows his trumpet out the car, and maybe you should do that too.
See, you got good advice here.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Is he at Valley Street?
Yes.
I
He
hear
was in
that
Lindbergh
and
the other
always
day.
at a certain time.
He was
I'm
in Lindbergh the other day. He was just drives around with his window
That's so
open and
funny.
So
playing
funny.
his trumpet.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
really thought it was someone close
No.
by. I was like,
I was
oh,
in
he's
Lindbergh
on-
like last week. He was there. We heard him.
So anybody going to Lindbergh, you got to go to Purcell's
Right.
restaurant. They have the greatest sauerbraten. And you can share one meal for 2 people there. Tell them the Breakfast Club sent you.
Oh, right.
Because
there you go.
they're great people. I don't know if you've ever been there.
Oh, like go there for brunch. They
Yeah.
have a
Sunday,
great brunch.
bottomless
Great.
brunch. You
Oh
can
my
drink for
God.
3 hours.
oh, jeez.
This is true. So what's your favorite restaurant? I know you told me already. Lena.
Lena,
In Valley
Dominican
Stream.
restaurant in Valley Stream.
And what do they
It's
make? That
delicious.
soup with all those fancy
really good.
Yes.
vegetables that are like white,
Yes.
but you don't know what they are. Right?
Just
Yes.
eat them.
The steak is good.
Yeah,
Rice
I'm
and
going to
beans.
try it with Patrick.
No, you
one
gotta
night.
go. You gotta go with Patrick.
Yeah, I
That's
do.
very, very good.
So how do people reach you?
Um,
Your phone number,
my
your
phone
email.
number, my email. I'm on Facebook. And then I'm gonna write a book.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna go through me, Red
Yes,
Penguin,
yes.
for sure.
And then I'm going to hand it out to everybody.
Yeah, and you're gonna
Put it
listen.
on Amazon.
Look at you got 3 women here telling you what to do,
Yes.
and you know you better listen.
And I'm getting hot.
See those flashes I can
There you go. Oh, jeez. Okay, now we come to my very dear old friend. No, she's young. I mean, you look younger than when I knew you before.
Thank you. I
I
like
love
you
your
too.
hair.
Thank you.
This, where did you get this? Look
don't
at this
remember.
gorgeous necklace.
Oh wow.
I mean, really, that's a photo.
That's
You
a
don't
beautiful
remember?
photo of you.
Thank you.
Yes. JK.
My son took that. We were going somewhere, and he said, "Oh my God, I have to get a photo." I said, "Take my phone and take a picture." So Larry had just sent me the flowers in the background and took the picture. And that was it.
Well, you
Beautiful.
look like you could be the president in this. Really, a president, a woman president. Look at her.
Yes.
I mean, do you want to run? We could use a good one.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you, I thought about it, but there are too many skeletons that fall out of that closet. So no, I didn't
Well,
go there.
I was asked to run, both on the Democrat side and the Republican, but it's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's-
You
And
give
if
up a
you
lot.
don't have the stomach, stamina, or the heart,
And
too
it's
much-
real
too much out
hard,
there.
I think, for the politicians that get into office that want to do the right thing.
yes.
There's so much negotiating and playback that it's hard for them to really get those things done because
Right.
of negotiate. Well, no matter what party it is,
No.
it's just politics.
No, it's very true. Very
You're
true.
right,
I
the
mean, I
stomach's
dealt with
hard.
politics. I worked for the county. I loved it. I hope to be back one day. And if not, I have this. So, any way you slice it, women will work hard.
Yeah.
It's just a little easier when you have the big picture.
Money is always a key.
Right.
So let's talk about first your printing business. 20
Okay.
years.
Well, more.
Okay, so you tell
so it
us.
opened up in 1971 with my mother and father, and then they retired in '85, and my sisters and I took it over, and it just evolved. And then my father saw this piece of property down in Florida and said, "Oh, this would be a great place for a printing place." So they took all the equipment, and we used to do, back up, our printing was basically raffle books for the wholesale industry, for just the trade. So when they took all the machinery out and went down south, we had to reinvent Valley
Yes.
Stream office. So we went retail. My sister Nora and Annette went down to Florida. My sister Nancy and I started running New York, and that's when the digital came out. So our presses used to be the size of this building, right? And you used to have a big rolls at one side, and you'd have one in the middle, person in the middle at the end, they take it off. Now they're at the size of the table. Anyone can run it, it's all digital. And we were one of the first printers that went digital.
Unbelievable.
So in those days, though, it was like 15 to 18 cents a click. Now it's down to, I don't know, 5.
Well, it's funny you say the printing press because when I worked in the media, CMP,
Yeah.
we had the printing place in Pennsylvania that we used to drive to and watch all the
Right, and they're
magazines.
still done. Like Richner
22
still has that.
magazines,
Richner
yeah.
Publications,
Yes.
they still have the large, presses
Yeah.
and stuff. So anyway, so we took over. My sister Nancy and I were running Valley Stream. She passed away in 2000. She was 50. Now you talk about before about losing people or about certain things in your family. We have this disease, I guess, in my family called antiphospholipid syndrome. Did you ever hear it? It's a blood clotting thing. You don't know about it, but my sister had blood clots and she had miscarried, and we would never have known about that. And still to this day, they don't know much about it.
don't know much
They
about
don't know how to test it. Oh, yeah. So I just took it and ran with it, and then in 2016, I opened up Element Printing of NY and Angel
Which is
Promotions.
what? Yeah, tell us about that.
So instead of doing the raffle books, I made it more New York instead of just Element Printing. So now we do a lot of New York work, Connecticut,
So
New Jersey.
tchotchkes, like what you brought
Oh,
these
yeah.
little things. I love tchotchkes.
Phone.
But they don't call it
Well,
tchotchkes anymore.
I call them tchotchkes.
My daughter tells me,
Advertising
What's it
promotions.
called?
Advertising
no,
promotions.
something else is a buzzword.
It is?
Yeah,
I
my
missed
daughter
it.
knows
I
it.
missed the buzzword.
You're testing her.
I
This
know.
is not
Oh, I
business.
missed that buzzword.
Yeah, my daughter knows it because she goes, stop calling them tchotchkes.
Well, what does she call it?
I have to call her and ask her. because
Stuff?
I forgot. No. There's a word.
Stuff
I'll
on the
let you
table.
know.
Okay.
It's the
It's a
new
word.
word.
Mirror? I should have brought one for you too. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry. I
I'll
didn't.
share that. Yeah, this one's for you.
And, yeah.
This is for your credit
Advertising
card. I'll
promotion.
share. I share everything.
Pens,
These I'll keep because I always need
pens.
paper.
And then
Pen
I
of
have these.
Oh, this is great.
Nice.
Very
That
nice.
goes on your fridge.
Yes.
But that's just, some of the stuff.
But do you also do like, smelly things and
Oh
you know,
yeah, no, all
everything.
advertising. I gave
Anything
I
you can
gave
print
you this.
on.
Yeah, I gave you this book that we have, any kind of advertising promotion is what we do. And in-house, we do a lot of printing, anywhere from business cards to folders to banners
like
to
this.
posters. I'm really into
Thanking
also, yes, I really am.
Gratitude.
We give a lot back. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd
I was
have
gonna
to
say, I
say,
think we're gonna be connecting.
Say gratitude, hope.
twice a year in the months that's slow, Element does a give and gets, which means that anyone that uses the code for that month
And order
gets,
something.
and orders something gets 10%. 5% goes to the charity of my choice that month. So we've given to the Long Island Crisis Center, we've given to the Hispanic Counseling Center, we've given to EAC. So if
All
I pull
good
it-
charities.
So it's 5% of our profits go back to that organization. And I usually use people that work with me because I do a lot of nonprofits. You know, so
I would imagine you do a lot of nothing.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you know what? I enjoy it. I really,
I always
really
do,
feel
too.
good about it. You know, it's important.
One of the things I love to do is bringing on a child that does a nonprofit. A student, like I just met a kid that makes cakes and donates them.
Yeah.
And he's coming on from Dix Hills. I mean, and then people sponsor charities.
Oh,
So,
without a
because
doubt.
charities can't afford to pay the fee to come on the show.
Right.
And sometimes we do that. It's depending on what month it is. Of course, this is a big month for breast cancer. And also March is a big month for women.
Right. Right.
So March is a big month.
what is it? The 9th is International Women's Day.
Yes, yes.
I was in Africa for that.
I can't believe how much the awards that you have gotten just blow me away.
Well, you're paying it. No. That's $50. No.
Yeah, no, very, very nice.
Thank
Very,
you.
very nice. And so it's really nice. And I see all the men, all the people I know. You were with Galata. I was with Galata. Swazi spoke the day before he lost the election a few years ago at my meeting. And he spoke. My meeting was at the county.
Wow.
And I wasn't working for the county then. So, I mean, like, the connections are amazing.
They're,
And he's back, and I'm happy for him.
But I think those connections happen, honestly, because LMN printing companies, there's probably about 2,300 printing companies in Long Island. And it's not a joke, from very big to brokers, right? I really, really believe if you don't give to your community, you know, you're not going to get
you're no
anything
good,
back.
right.
It's not, when you said, you know, writing a book is not about money.
No.
Sometimes just doing
It's
printing,
about life.
You know, is like survive. I have a great crew. I'm very, very lucky
Sounds
to
like
have
you
the
do.
crew that
The
I
same
have.
crew
Oh
for
my
all these
God,
years.
for all these years.
It's like a family.
It is. I'm very lucky.
And that's the best thing about business is community, family. You know, people say, like, where to get all these people? I'm like, I don't pay anybody. I'm a charity, but I'm not a charity anymore. But I was a charity for 10 years.
But it's important.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
but I still
have already
do.
down that
Yeah.
I'm going to buy your book. Because
Yes.
it's important to give back.
Sure.
I can't buy a chair yet. Thank God. Sorry.
But you might
Thank God
have
that
some-
doesn't
but I
need a
might
chair
need
yet.
that one day.
somebody might need him that you know. That's
True,
the thing.
true,
Or you might know
true.
somebody that
Yes.
does.
And it's all about that,
Referrals,
you know,
right.
like, you know, word of mouth and stuff like that. But I like it. I do. I think that's what made our business grow. Going out there, you have to get in the printing industry today. The only way to really make it is to be able to get contracts.
Yes.
I am minority woman certified.
Which you know how to
Big
do all
deal.
that, which is great.
Yeah, I try.
I don't know. See, I know a lot, but that part I don't know. You know, there's only, like, you focus on certain things, and then you find out from the other people what you need to know. But your best, it says here, your best accomplishment was the What Better Looks Like project, where you raised and all kinds of supplies for the orphan survivors of the genocide in
Yeah,
Rwanda.
Rwanda.
You
That's
went
amazing.
there.
I did. I loved
What
it.
did Larry do when you went to Rwanda?
I didn't care. No, he was great. Actually, you get really nervous because he was very nervous. You're going to Rwanda, they're having like these big uprisings near the Congo, which is, you know, Rwanda was right up again. We were supposed to march into the Congo for International Women's Day, but they had just turned over a new president, and the president was Rwandan. So there was uprisings, and they said, you probably will get in fine, you just might not get out.
Get out.
Like, you know what, we'll stick with
I'll
Rwanda.
just stay right here, right?
But I have to be honest with you, we were in homes, at this home that had no air conditioning, no TV, no radio, no this, no that. There was very little meat. You were seeing the orphans, you were seeing the women, you were seeing the
It's
schools.
so moving.
I could cry talking about, until this day, if I smell something that reminds me of Africa, my heart goes, you know, just, you know, have you had that? It just,
But to have
it's so
done
much.
that.
Oh, it was so great.
You
It was
know,
so great.
and you
That's
went alone, or
incredible.
you went with a
Oh
bunch of
God,
women?
no! My best friend Robin, she had told me about this. If I wanted to go, she always pushes me into these. Actually, we're all going in June to do the 4-day bike ride in Paris. You know, the 4 cities.
Get out of town.
She always pushes me into these things, right? So anyway, so she said, "You want to do it?" I was like, "Yeah." I mean, I don't know. You only live once.
only live
Well, you know what? But don't you think that's comes from being over 50? You finally change. Like, you know what? I'm
I've
gonna
always been
do
like
it.
that.
Well, I
Thank-
started at 50.
But I have to tell you, it is people that you know, because with the stuff that we brought down, being part of the JFK chamber, I met wonderful people that upgraded my seat only because, not that I minded, you would have to pay for the poundage of supplies that you brought down if you were on a regular, seat.
Wow.
And then say update, we didn't have to pay anything.
Oh wow.
It was KLM paid everything to bring it down. So we had really good support too, so.
Wow, this is
great.
great. I'm
It's good.
so
It was
excited. Now,
wonderful.
this book looks like I like it very much.
Wow.
Thank you for the amazing person you are. That is a great gift to give someone.
Yeah, my brain's going like
Well,
this.
I'll send you both one. I'll get and I'll send you that.
Very,
It goes
very
with the keychain and the star.
Very, very nice.
The star is
So-
on here.
So I always like to tell people about new things that I
Go ahead.
found out
I
about.
love this song.
Well, because I was sick with the RSV, and I couldn't get a cab ride one day, and I was just struggling. And I have friends, but everybody's busy and everybody's working. So I called 3 cabs, and apparently they just conglomerated one big cab company on Long Island and couldn't get a cab.
Yeah.
So I started Googling, and I saw this place at Go Granny. So I pulled them up.
Oh, Granny.
Go Granny Come. Guess what that is? You join the Go Granny Come for a year. And every time you need a cab, you need medicine,
Wow.
you want pizza,
I
you
love
want food,
this.
Wow.
you pay $30 just for a month or $270 for the year. And so I joined and I got the cab. And now they call me every day. We're giving a promotion today. Would you like a slice of pizza?
Is there an age minimum on this?
Really?
Well, you have to,
I
you
have
gotta
grannies
be-
at 20,
Right.
35.
I'm gonna be a granny in 3
Oh,
weeks.
GoGranny.com, guys. Look at it.
Wow.
And my sister's like, what do you mean you couldn't get a cab? I said I couldn't, so I joined GoGranny.com.
Good for you. I love it.
And they're calling me every day.
You need to get them on your show.
But I know. But I am better now. So I only joined for a month.
Right.
Because I don't need to join for a year. But it's good for people that have to join for a year and have no family.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
And I drive and stuff like that, so I don't need it. But when I was sick, I needed it.
Sure.
So guys, check out GoGranny.com.
Granny, I love it.
And if you have any old people in your life, it's a great Christmas gift.
I'm the old people in my life.
Well, I am too, unfortunately.
Sadly,
I mean,
I'm that next generation.
and the other thing that I did, which everyone should try, which I didn't believe in, is Reiki. I'm not a calm person.
Oh, Rika, yeah.
I had
That's
some
good for you.
misgivings for 2 months because of my flood. And I felt like, I'm Italian, so you know what that means, right?
Malokia.
Yes. So I
I
researched.
hear that from Larry, the Malokia.
I got the Malokia removed.
Ah,
It cost me a few bucks, but you know what? She was fabulous. She came to my house. She brought this
She's
binging.
sage?
Yes, sage. And the
Wow.
binging. Noise with the bells.
yeah.
And I actually felt it come on me. Now,
Oh.
come on, how did that happen? Because I'm not a calm person. I'm not. But you know what? I felt so much. I fell asleep. I paid her, but I was sleeping half the time she was there.
It works.
Do you know that it helped?
Yeah,
Wow.
I believe that.
I've done
believe
Reiki
in those
before.
things.
I would be the first
great.
person that would say that it wouldn't help. So, today out there, everyone,
Gotta
you
go
have
beyond
to
that barrier.
go out of your comfort zone, which is what we're all doing right now,
Yeah.
and help each other. And, say something nice to one person this week. And you'd be surprised what it will
Yes.
do.
There's so much negative that I don't care. Why are people judging certain things? Just the negative. Forget about the negative. Go positive. Say something like you said. Say one nice thing.
Right.
You'd be surprised. And smile at a person. Go
Sure.
past someone, just smile, say hi. That makes such a difference.
It
I'm
does.
telling you, that
It does.
one little thing.
And
I always
if-
throw someone a compliment.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
And it makes it thank you. They get
Yeah.
Yes.
like they kind of.
And I think I think women do it more. Do you do it?
I do it. I smile a lot.
No, but do you?
That wasn't the
I didn't
question,
say
right?
that. I said,
Right.
do you go out of your way and compliment a woman or a man.
Oh, anybody.
But
Anyone.
Walking by somebody, wow, I love
Yes,
your jacket.
yes.
Or
well, you
look
smell
good.
good or whatever. You know,
It's important.
you don't want to say
I might
that.
get in trouble. Yeah.
That's how I met Greg.
There
I
you
met
go.
Greg because I thought he smelled good in the cleaner. I'm
Uh,
not kidding you.
like the cologne, baby.
And that's, but that's how we met, and we became fast friends and part of the show together.
Right?
But again, he was, handsome. And
I wish I
smelled
would have
good.
met this Ray today. Ray, I mean,
Greg.
that's
Greg.
Greg.
Greg, yeah. Well, he'll be back, hopefully. But anyway, so Easter's coming, guys.
I wanted
Yes.
to just say something about this. If that's
Sure,
okay.
let's talk
Yeah,
about
it's
this.
really, really, really quick. The Valley Stream Republican Club is honors a person in the town, Valley Stream, and I am the honoree on your day as well, March 15th.
I know. It's the
I
same
know at the
day.
American Legion Hall. They're a great group. They don't honor just Republicans. They honor
Which
anybody.
I like that. Yes.
One of our great artists, Mike Stanko, staunch staunch Democrat. I know, right? He's great. He was on it
He's
2
an
years
artist.
ago. He's wonderful.
on
Wonderful.
the show.
Love that. Was he? Well, you'll
Yes.
see him on
Do you
Friday.
know Jim Altamori?
Who?
Jim Altamori. He lives in.
Yes, of course I
He's
know him.
my singer.
Oh,
He
that's
comes on
so
the show.
funny. Good. All right. Way too weird that we're all from Valley Stream, first of all. Way too
But
crazy.
Jim is from Malvern.
Oh, okay.
But him and
right.
Jim are very close, and Sanko.
Stanko, he's so great.
Jim was here last week for the grand opening.
Really? That's
He's a
wonderful.
Sinatra singer.
Yes, yes. Right.
He sings on my
Didn't
show.
he have a show out in Belmore?
Yes.
I thought so. Right.
Yes. Wow. See, like now, I didn't know this, that you knew them, and you. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, small world.
So, but I don't know anyone you know. You don't know anyone I. Now you do.
No, I don't.
Now
you do.
Now you got to know more. Now
Yes.
and now you're going to get to take the fan home.
Yes. It's really hot in here.
He was having hot flashes.
Oh,
Oh, better
geez.
him than me.
So anyway, how do people go to this?
Oh, so you can go on Facebook and go to the Valley Stream Republican Club. You can and look it up. It's March 15th. It's at the American Legion Hall. It's given by the Valley Stream Republican Club. Please come.
Well, we're
and my
coming.
mother, I have to tell you this. My mother my mother is 95 years old, and she's coming up from Florida,
How
along with my
nice.
2 sisters and my 2 sons, Ricky and Michael, and Larry, and my old
Congratulations,
friends. I was
that's
like,
awesome.
That
That
to me
is.
is
That's
like
great.
amazing.
It's going to
you
be
know?
the best night of your life.
I know.
I'll tell you
I'm
that.
looking forward to it.
Getting
Thank
honored
you.
is such a treat.
I wish I could be there.
And you know, vice versa.
Great. Yeah.
I would have gone to your event.
We'll
Well,
be
we'll
talking.
send pictures
We'll be
back
talking.
and forth.
Yeah.
And so, do you know the lady that did my Reiki? She gave me this. Do you know about this?
Is that the crystal?
Yeah, I never had one, so I have one
I
now.
believe in crystals.
And she gave me this bag which signifies something. So now this is my new good luck charm, and I just put this in there what you gave me, which is the thank you so much. And I believe in all this stuff, and now it's going to go in the car with my sister Maria, who's in my glove compartment, with her picture. And
I'm
all
sorry.
that.
Oh,
Yeah. No, because I believe in all this. I know it's
Yeah.
crazy, but I do.
Yeah.
And
No,
there's
it's
a
not
reason that we all had to meet, and we're all from Valley Stream now, and I never lived there until I moved to the Meadows.
Oh, right, you're in the Meadows.
Yes, but I lived in Floral Park my whole life, and West Hempstead. And now my show is in Massapequa. So what did I do? I went to the Massapequa Chamber today. I met 75 people.
But that's what you have to do. I think,
Right.
in business, honestly, if you don't network,
You're
you're
dead.
not going to go anywhere. I don't care and whether it's even social, because you still have to see people face to face.
Right.
When you see them face to face, they know who you are and they kind of feel you out. They know you're a good person or if you're full of it. They just
Exactly.
know it.
But you know what made
They're
my
gonna
day?
do work with you or not.
The Sons of Italy was sitting at the table across the hall, and I go,
that's it.
"Come here." They said, "Come over here. We want to talk to you." They're going to come on the show.
Good.
Again, how does it happen? Because you got to be real.
Right.
And these
exactly.
other people that have their butts up their butt or attitudes in the club, in the show, we don't allow bitches.
I love
That
it.
is a rule.
Bitch be gone.
And you know what? It's taken us 18 years. And yeah, I mean, it's good.
I think you're doing very well. Then.
So, but how do
for you.
people reach you? What could they reach out to you for? Obviously, all kinds of printing. Do
And
you
not
do
just
annual
printing.
reports? You do
yeah,
tchotchkes?
yes, we do. I don't know what the
I'm
other
gonna
word
get
is.
you the name.
Advertising, promotions, any sort of printing, and I'm also
Posters and
posters,
signs.
banners, signs, business cards, you name it, it's there. But on top of that, just besides the printing, because I could push printing forever, I also think, like, come to the JFK Chamber of Commerce, become a Rotarian.
What is
be
the
part of
JFK chamber, though? What does that mean?
the
John
John F.
Kennedy?
Kennedy Airport International. It's the only chamber that's part of an airport.
Oh,
It's
so
the
where is
largest.
it?
It's in JFK.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Well, JFK
I gotta
has over
drive.
like 20,000 people, in
Okay,
the airport
that would be
industry.
something to join.
And we're having an event, and you'll come
Okay.
as my guest.
Okay.
And they have these, and that's. I mean, it took me a long time, but once in there, I mean, I'm very proud
you're
of
in.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Takes a
that's-
while.
that
But they
is
do
very
good
true.
things. The Rotary's having a 5K. They give the money
right.
back to an organization.
Okay.
It's Valley. That's
So-
my thing. It's not just about promoting the printing. or
Well-
my business. It's about doing something
And giving
Sorry.
back.
And
giving back.
guys, everybody, I say be the difference because be is the verb. Make a difference, yes, but be is the verb.
Right.
Do be. And I can't thank all of you enough. This was a great show.
Thank you.
We're still
So
fanning
glad
in.
to meet you.
And it's going to be a wrap soon. And what we do when there's a wrap. What do you think, guys? Do you know what to do?
I think we
ready.
throw the ball.
That's right.
Cool.
So, guys, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Woo!
Rise and shine, get up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of Java or espresso. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Tina Valentina is the host, you see. She's as classy as she can be. The co-host Greg has a lot to say. Well, he wouldn't have it any other way. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. I said rise and shine, get up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Another cup of Java or espresso. Another cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long